right. So welcome back to another episode of Indie Faith Podcast. You're here with Jules and Mary.
Hello.
How are you, cuz?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a bit nervous. It's my first time driving, so I hope I do the cuz here proud. Episode 11.
Yeah.
11. I can't believe this.
I know. We're in the tens.
I know.
Double digits.
Very proud. This episode's actually going to be a little bit different. We're going to be actually talking about how we're coping with the COVID-19 pandemic at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's just get straight into it. So for me, one of my questions I have for you, Kaz, is has much changed for you since this has happened?
Yeah, a lot's changed. But I'm loving it. I'm legit loving it.
She's laughing because she knows I'm not loving it the way she's loving it. So we both have jobs.
Yeah.
Obviously we're mums, but we also have jobs, and we've recently been made to work from home. Just like you have. How are you going with that?
Yeah, not too bad. Like, I still do, like, because of the, like, thank goodness for internet and stuff, like, I can still liaise with, colleagues and that online and still do my work. Like, most of my work anyway is predominantly on, like, everything's on the laptop. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I think I'm going a bit too, like, saying, how I'm enjoying it too much, but I am.
I think it's because I'd be messaging her. So Jules is she's a little bit of an introvert. She's like, yeah.
I'm a lot an introvert.
And I'm a lot of an extrovert. So I had a different sort of way of coping with it. I wasn't doing very well, especially working from home. So I'm used to socializing and talking to other, like, interacting with other adults.
Yeah.
And just yeah. So I was used to that. So working from home for the first, I think, month or so, I was just not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I was messaging you. I was just, I think because you're a bit lonely, and you kind of feel like even though I'm still talking to my colleagues and stuff via, like, my laptop, or if I need to call them or anything, the only person I had at home was my poor baby, and she's had to get used to me working from home.
Yeah.
Because in her mind, she thinks I'm staying home, but I'm not. I'm actually working. So she had to learn that she has to sort of do her own thing while I'm working.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not completely neglecting her or anything, but she's happy to just do her own thing while I work.
And how's that, like, balancing work and
staying at home with baby?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I found it really hard, only because my baby and I have a very close relationship and we're very clingy. So she's already very clingy to me.
Yeah.
That when I'm working and she's constantly, like, crying, or she's like, "Mummy, I want you for this," or "Mummy," like, or she wants to sit down on my lap while I'm trying to work. It was really hard because I had to keep telling her, like, she needs to go and, like, go and draw or go and read, or Baba, can you just give me, like, 10 minutes so I can quickly do this? And we ended up having to take her out of her daycare. So I had enrolled her in a daycare that was close by to my job. But after that, this had happened. It just didn't make sense that I had to keep taking her back and forth.
Yeah.
So I was really crushed because I feel like this particular childcare was really good for her.
Yeah.
It opened her up a lot more. She was very timid and very shy.
She was.
Yeah, she was very always glued to me, and just she didn't like talking much to people, but now she's a lot more vibrant and she talks a lot now. So I'm just like, oh.
And she's not as shy.
Yeah.
Like, even with us.
Yeah.
But every time we used to, like, come around, she'd scream.
Yeah.
But now, like, I'd say hi. She'd actually say hi back.
Even
so
with
cute.
Brody, like with your son. So she's just a lot more open to playing with other kids now. So and I was really upset because it took ages for her to get used to it.
Yeah.
She cried every day when I dropped her off. That when I had to enroll her into another one, it's like I had to start all over again.
Oh.
So that's another reason why I didn't like this pandemic, because I'm like, look what you've made me do. She was only just gotten used to this, and now you've made me, like, start again.
Yeah.
So, but she loves it now. It didn't take as long as it did the first time. It only took, like, a few weeks to a month for her to get used to this one. So she's doing a lot better now. And she does see my partner's grandparents a lot, so she stays with them.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm learnt to balance it now.
Yeah.
But has it affected you mentally, like this whole pandemic?
Yeah, you know what? It has, like, now, because it's been, I think, about 6 months.
Yeah.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
And because we went as soon as like, you know, the whole COVID announcement came out, we were straight away work from home in March. And then yeah, so at first I was loving it and everything. I still love it now, but I'm starting to feel like you know, sort of like me as an introvert has gotten a lot worse.
Oh, okay.
So when I go out, now if I go out of the house, I get a little like anxious. Like I don't know why.
So like when you go out in public?
Yeah, like so say if I'm going to see the doctor or something, I get nerves.
Oh, wow.
I really get like pretty bad nerves.
Yeah.
And then, or like, you know, anywhere else, even to the shops. I don't know why. I just get nervous. It's like when I step out of the house, I'm just like, I don't know.
It's really like amplified your introvert like self.
Yeah, because it's like now I sort of have to face people and have to talk to people.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I do that anyway. But like, you know, sometimes like if you're doing Zoom or something, you can turn the camera off.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, but it's not as frequent as when you're in the office.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know, the only person I talk to is Rob because he's at home.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really need to dress up or anything. But then now, like, when I go out somewhere, it's like, oh, I've got to put on, I got to do my hair, I got to do all this shit.
Yeah.
And then, and then like and then just talking to someone face to face is really awkward. Like it's worse than before.
I don't know.
Yeah. How about you?
I don't know if I don't know. For me mentally, because I'm already, when I'm alone too long, my mind wanders. And then sometimes it's a good thing, but then other times you're too busy thinking about things that you shouldn't really worry about.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So sometimes I would just stay in this mood where I didn't realize I was even more cranky than I usually am. It wasn't until like Jordan pointed it out, like every time he comes home, I'm cranky.
Yeah.
And I think I ended up telling him it was my lack of interaction with the outside world. Again, because I'm an extrovert. I need to talk to people. Like I know I still have my family, but I'm very social. So I still needed to make time. Like I needed to do something to sort of make my mind not
like stimulate your mind. Yeah,
exactly. So it actually worked out because now my friends and I, my work friend, my colleagues and their partners, we do this thing where we go to Starbucks quite often.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes weekly, sometimes fortnightly, but we make time so that we at least we have that adult interaction.
That's
and it's
good.
not just your family.
Yeah.
So we can all catch up and just unwind, especially after a long week. Because like when you have a rough week of work, you need something to just let go.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So it was actually a good thing that I guess it did happen because I get to spend more time with my friends. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I needed to because poor Jordan was copying it at home. Like I'm cranky and then I'd have to be like, I had your daughter at home.
Someone take her. Someone invite her to something.
Please. Oh, but yeah, I'm getting better now. Like now I have to go into the office, I think at least once a week. And it's good. But like this week in particular, I actually went off at a colleague and I don't know if it was because I've been at home so long that I've forgotten how to interact with.
So now that you're out, you're wild.
Yeah. Because usually like this particular person, we like I care for this person very much. We actually get along very well. But they just kept egging me on. I think they just kept pushing me that I just lost it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fine, is it because I haven't been to work very often? Like, is this why?
But had that happened before COVID, do you reckon you react differently or?
I think I would have because apparently we have a lot of banter. Or not apparently, I do actually usually have great banter with this colleague, but I was already not in a great state of mind that day.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been into the office in a while.
Yeah.
So I think when I went into the office, I was already, because I had to like get dressed because then it ended up being so long where I got used to working from home. Yeah. So that when I was asked to go into the office, I was like, I really don't want to now.
Wow.
Like I don't really feel like going in. So then I did go in and I had to get ready and I was there early. And I don't know whether it was because I'm used to this routine of staying home now that I unfortunately snapped at my colleague.
Just snapping at everyone.
I know. This is what the pandemic's done to me. But yeah, so I snapped at them and then we apologize. We've made up. Like, it's all good. There's no like hard feelings or anything. But I don't know if it was because I'm just so used to working outside of the office now.
Yeah.
That I need to learn again.
Yeah. That's actually true. Like that's a good point, because when you go to work and you go there frequently, it's a different environment. You have to be a different person.
Yeah.
And you got to learn to sort of interact, more professionally at work and that. And then when you're at home, you're just like, you're yourself.
Yeah. Like you're in your pajamas.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you've gotten so used to, being this certain character at work that when, you've been away from work for a long time, you sort of have to relearn that.
Yeah.
Or now you've gotten used to how you are at home. So you've brought in that person to work.
Yeah.
And it's like, or before COVID, it was like you brought that person from work to home.
Yeah.
Which was another dilemma.
Yeah. So can't win.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But do you think you miss anything before this happened?
Oh yeah. Like COVID made me realize like how much time is important, like your own time.
Yeah.
Because before it was like you just go to work, come home, and the only time you get to do what you need to do is on the weekends.
Yeah.
This is why you cherish the weekends so much. But now, like I can do my work as well as do things that I need, for home. Like I can, like we have for a little bit of time, we had to homeschool Brody as well because he was home.
How was that?
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was really hard, but I was grateful because I had Rob at home as well. So we were both working from home. So he was mainly taking care of Brody in the homeschooling stuff. But yeah, I would work and then and then when I go on my break, I'll go try and help out with schooling and then come back.
You guys should see their setup. Like he's a very lucky kid, my nephew. His whole schooling, it looks like an actual school.
Yeah. Well, we didn't also want him to get comfortable at like, in a home environment, because then he'll lose how he is at school sort of thing. So we wanted to keep that routine so that when he's at school, he knows like, focus on school.
Yeah.
And so we try to create that environment so that he knows when you in that room, only schoolwork.
It's so good. You should see that. I'm not even over exaggerating this room. But it was when I first saw it, I was like, I wish I went to this school. Like there's charts everywhere. There's a board. He's got a desk. It was just it's very beautiful to see. Like my cousin and Rob are great parents to their son. So it's really nice.
Well, it was like 3 months. And then when we took it all down because he had to go back to school, it was actually really sad.
Oh.
Yeah. But I stored it all in a box.
Yeah, just in case. Because a lot of parents I could see like on Facebook or like on other socials where they just hate it. And a lot of them were giving props to teachers because they didn't know that it was this difficult.
Yeah.
And they only have like, parents only have their one child or whatever kids they have at home. Whereas at schools, they have like 20 kids in the one classroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it was hard. But then like once we got into a routine, it became a lot easier after that. Because then Rob had like a timetable.
Yeah.
So he'd do the same as school. Like, in the morning, like these are the topics you're going to do. Then you're going to go recess. Then you're going to do these topics, then lunch, and then 3:00 finished.
Yeah.
But he didn't have homework. So.
Oh yeah. Well then cheering, man.
Yeah. But yeah, he loved it. Really loved it. Like to this day, he's like, can we homeschool again? I don't want to go to school.
Yeah. But would you consider putting him like homeschooling him instead?
I did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you follow you got to follow the same curriculum anyway that they do at school. Like you can't. Like what I loved about when we were homeschooling Brody, we could also teach him other things that we wanted him to learn.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But then when we looked up homeschooling, you have to follow the school curriculum anyway. So it was like, well, no point if he's going to do it at home.
Yeah.
I mean, at school, like, if he's going to do it at home, might as well do it at school.
Yeah.
And Rob was like, also, it's important for him to interact with other kids as well. And yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, is it? Is it really?
I think for me, I miss traveling.
Oh, really?
I miss traveling, like, because we had plans to go on another cruise.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant traveling to like work.
Oh, yeah, I don't miss that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like, I'm grateful my mate gives me a ride now because I only have to go once a week. So now I just call over like, hey, can I get a ride? Yeah, thank you very much. But I actually miss like going overseas and like I can't wait till borders open so that we can finally, go back. Because I think at the time you would always tell yourself one day I'll go like, to this country or that country or whatever. And now that this has happened, it makes you want it more.
Yeah.
Because I did take it for granted. I was like, it's always going to be there. Like, Italy will still be there. Hawaii will still be there. And now it's like, it's still there, but you can't go.
Stay home.
Yeah. Your house is going to be there. So you're just like, oh. Because we had plans and then you had to cancel plans. And then it's just, there's a lot of stuff. And then I felt sorry for other friends who had kids who have birthday parties. And because of the rules, you can't have a certain amount of people at the home. So a lot of them canceled, like my friends canceled their wedding. And that was really sad. And then funerals, only a certain amount of people can go to funerals. So I think it's been very hard for people.
Especially like, I mean, the certain cultures like island culture and as well as like, wogs and that we have big families. Yeah. And, when you get married, those weddings are huge.
Yes.
And it's like, well, no point getting married even. Yeah. But then there's other people that are like, you know what? Like, get married because it's cheaper now. Yeah.
Some have actually done it.
Yeah. So you don't have to feel obligated to invite 100 or 200 people.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
One day. But I think that's good about humans is that we just adapt because we've had to adapt. And I don't know if, I don't know, but there's a lot of statistics about people who are not finding this whole situation as good as other people. I
find that the reason why people probably are not enjoying it so much is probably that like you with you need that social interaction with other people, but also like it's just fear. Like everyone's scared. Yeah. The COVID itself is causing panic and, everyone's just overthinking it. Yeah. But then and then you see other people who look at it as like, this is our opportunity to, do things that we couldn't do before when, we had to be at work for the whole day. Yeah. And like I was lucky, we were one of them. Yeah. We set up podcasting and everything.
I was so grateful that you guys like started this because I was just like, they're doing something useful.
Well, like, I mean, you may like if you don't do something
like creative or
or something you enjoy or just taking that time to embrace like, this circumstance, you're gonna be miserable. Yeah. Would you rather be miserable or would you rather find something that, you can actually have control of? Exactly. Yeah. But I know I feel like, there's a few colleagues that I used to work with in a previous job. They've actually decided, like those that have long service, decided to take a year off.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it's like people are starting to rethink now because of the whole COVID thing. They're like, you know what, like, I never got this whole time. Like this time to myself is important and I need it. People are realizing it now and they're just taking breaks now.
That's so good. Yeah. I think that's what we needed because as much as there were moments where I thought like this was really difficult, it actually has provided me the opportunity to sort of find myself again. Yeah. Because with the help of this podcast and like I'm not saying pandemic because stuff you corona, but it's actually given me more time to embrace who I am and get to know myself and love myself again and just be grateful for what I do have. Yeah. Because there's other countries who are still going through a lot right now. Yeah. And they're a lot worse off than what we're going through. And I think I'm just really grateful for the time that we have to reflect and to work on ourselves and rebuild ourselves, because you get too used to that routine where you just go to work, you know, travel back home and like catching a train back home and
for
then like
an hour or two.
Exactly. And then you get home and you like cook and you clean and then you get your kids ready for like bed and then you just go to sleep and then start all over again.
Yeah.
Whereas this time, especially us who are fortunate to work from home, have this time now to just look at ourselves again. Just like, you know, love ourselves again. Because I'm learning. I'm not all the way there, but I'm getting there.
That's good, and that's like the best you can do in the given circumstances is like, you know, use the time to focus on yourself. You never had this time before. Yeah, you probably won't get this time again. So take advantage of it. Yeah. And yeah, like a lot of people I know are starting businesses now, trying to find, you know, side stuff to do. And like I think. Like I'm pretty 100% sure that things are never going to get back to normal, even when COVID's done. I agree. Yeah, and it's given a whole new meaning to like work-life balance as well. It really has. Keep talking about it. Yeah, I'm like, no, this actually is. This is the moment. Balance. Yeah, and I love that. Like so many of our friends and families, you're right, have started their own businesses, or they're just doing things that they always wanted to do but were too scared to do before. Because again, you're just too used to like that whole routine. But then you also still get the haters. And then there's those people you're just like, oh, you need to get going. I was like, stay in your miserable bubble then. But I'm just really proud of how a lot of people have come out of this stronger and just embracing themselves and just getting to know themselves better than how they used to be. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised with how you are now. Like before you were, you know, I remember you kept messaging me and like you were freaking out. I don't like working from home. I'm bored because I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm talking to ants on my breaks. I'm talking to ants. Like when my baby was at home, I'd be outside like, you know, and I'm just sitting there like, I remember there was a bird. I was talking to the bird and it flew away and I'm like, come back. Yeah. But now, like, you know, that's why when I was surprised when you messaged me and you're like, I'm in the office, like I'm hating it. Well, not hating it, but you're like, I want to be at home. I want to go back home. And I was like, is this the same girl that, like, you know, months before was like, I need to go to work? And she's not over exaggerating. I would text her not even every day. It's every hour I am working from home. I'm messaging her or like sending videos of me just like bored. And she's probably like, delete my number. But I felt like such a bitch because I was like, like she's like suffering on the other side. I'm like, well, but I'm having fun. I can't relate. You're like, I love it here. She's like, I need people to talk to. I'm like, I love that I'm not talking to people. I was like, how do you do it? And you're just like, I'm an introvert. And I'm like, oh, okay, shit, I can't do that. But you know what? It's funny because I am an introvert, but then like some of the stuff that I've started from. That's what I'm so surprised. Like, Kaz is right. She is an introvert, but you wouldn't believe that with your podcast. Yeah. Like people wouldn't think that you are. They're just like, what? Why do they keep calling her, you know, an introvert when she's like very lively and she's got a lot to say. She's got, you know, good points because she is. Kaz is actually like, she is still an introvert, but this time has actually brought out this different sort of personality, which I'm loving. Yeah, like I'm actually finding in myself that I'm finding like, you know, I'm getting a lot more confident because I have more time now to work on myself, which I never had before. And I started realizing things about myself that I needed to fix as well. So I was like, like, you know, with, you know, me and Rob starting podcasting, you wouldn't ever think before COVID that I would do podcasting. Oh my gosh, yes. I need to just reiterate that because she's not lying. Like, Jules is not lying. Yeah. And even like, and then on top of that, be on video. Cause like that was.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So it's like, I just had a lot, like probably too much time on my hands that I was like, you know what, these are the parts of myself that, you know, I want to improve on. And I just use that time to focus on, you know, my confidence and self-love and all of that.
I'm full loving it because like I'm very proud. Very proud.
Thank you. Yeah, but it's going well. It's going well.
I think now it is. It took me a while to get used to. And it just like this week we just had Are You Okay Day?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people out there aren't having a fun time with this whole situation, and it is serious. It's a very serious time. Like I never thought I'd be alive for a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't think I'd be alive for a time where there's lockdowns and you can't travel anywhere.
True.
And there's all this like stuff about, you know, in the news. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch the news. I think I purposely don't watch it because I don't like seeing like
it's just negativity. Yeah.
So I don't like to watch it. My friends will give me like, you know, they'll tell me what was on the news last night and everything like that. And then already I'm not interested because I think I'm too much in this state of mind now where I'm like, well, what can I do that will make me happy?
Yeah.
And my family happy, as opposed to like, you know, like I'm not saying ignore the news or just pretend nothing is happening around us, but I think it gives you this time to just work on your own families and stuff and just figure out what you want to do.
That's a good point because like you have to switch off from like the media and the news and all that so that because like the more you watch it, the more you're going to be panicked and they don't say anything positive. So like,
and if you're one of those,
COVID.
and if you're one of those people who just stocks on toilet paper, why? I really want to know. Like, because I'm sick of going, like, it's not long ago where I went to my local Coles and I went to turn into the aisle, you know, the toilet paper aisle, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Like, I just don't, like, I would understand canned foods, rice, you know, things like that you would stock on.
Yeah, we went without toilet paper for a while in supermarkets.
I had to message you to save me one because in my area, we were out.
But before that, we were out for a while. Yeah. And then because my like, you know, my siblings and that, they live 5 minutes down the road. They were also out and they have like 10 people in the house. So it's like,
tissue, anyone?
Go back to the old days. Flannel.
Baby's wipes.
Well, they didn't even have that.
Yeah.
Baby wipes
and nappies. It's nappies, formula, wipes, and toilet paper. I just did not understand.
Tissues as well. Yeah. Gone. Paper towels.
Like sanitizers I got because like I have a group of friends who are very cautious. So they always have sanitizer. They always have wipes. They always have Glen 20. They just always, and they have masks. Like they're full onto it. And I don't know if like other families aren't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you been doing like, do you wear a mask and everything when you go? Like go out in public or?
Yeah, certain places, yeah. So like if I'm going to see doctor or the hospital, I'll wear it.
Is everyone wearing one?
Most of them are, yeah. But like I would always have one in my bag just in case I need it. But yeah, like I don't really panic about it. About the like, you know, catching COVID or anything.
Yeah.
But, like I'm also on top of like, you know, keeping my hand sanitizer in my bag and making sure that, you know, I'm, you know, disinfecting anything I touch.
Yeah.
Like with Brody, like sometimes he'll come to the shops with us and then straight away when we come home, first thing we say, wash your hands, wash your hands. Don't touch anything. Don't touch your face. Don't touch anything. Just go straight to the bathroom. And then like now it's routine for him.
Is that like at schools as well? Because Brooklyn's, they have a lot of hand sanitizer around and they always make sure the kids are washing their hands. But there's no masks or anything. Like the schools aren't wearing them and the teachers aren't wearing them. No. But they always make sure there's like sanitizers and stuff around.
Yeah, yeah. But when I go to the shops, I don't see many people wearing masks.
I don't see many. I know certain ethnicities do, like certain people do.
Yeah.
But I don't see anyone else wearing one.
Yeah. No, I don't see many people.
Like, I'm not going to lie, I sometimes don't wear one.
Yeah, like I only wear it when in places I have to, but Usually I don't wear one either.
Have you taken the test?
No.
It is the worst thing I have ever experienced. It's shit.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks. I hope there's an easier, I'm not sure if there's an easier way, because I did this, I think, a few months ago when I was really sick and I had to go. And because I was living with people, they had to go as well.
Oh.
Actually, no. Me and my, so I was sick, and then I had told my sister, and then she told work. And then she couldn't go back to work until she got tested.
Oh,
so we both went, and we went to one of those drive-through ones. So you drive into this car park, and then the nurse or doctor or whatever, they come out and they're all covered and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they shove this thing up your nose.
Yeah.
And it goes to the back of your throat as well. But like, it's just right up there. And yeah, so she was first. And he like stuffed it up there, and she said, like, she was like, ow, like it hurt.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give us any warning. Yeah. Like, all they said was sit back, and then he just shoved it up there. And then, like, I think her reflex was to punch him out. Because it's just, and then he came around to my side, and then he shoved it up mine, and I didn't know she was recording it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. It looks really, like, it just does not, it's not fun. So if anyone's taken it, I'm so sorry.
Thankfully, I haven't.
Yeah.
Yet.
You're lucky.
Yet. I don't. Yeah. There's any like even like certain swabs that I have to do as well. Like I can't. Like just going up here, I'm already done. Like,
yeah.
How do you not like sneeze or like?
Yeah. Or like
that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you just like snot shot out of your nose onto them. You know what I mean? Like they stick it that far,
and it's like whoosh. The things you come up with.
Shit out.
That would be disgusting. Imagine that happened. I would have been like laughing. I'd be like, yes, we get no bedside manner. Friggin' hell. But no, it just leaves this weird, like, it just hurts for a little while.
Oh, shit.
And then there's this weird aftertaste. Like, you just, you don't feel very, very crash hot. Like, you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah. But do you think it'll ever be over? Like how long this is going to go on for?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I would say it'd probably go on for the rest of this year.
Yeah, def.
Yeah. But hopefully by the beginning of next year it'll be done. I mean, I got plans.
Yeah, I'm hard out.
But yeah, I can't go another year. Like, as much as I love like being at home and that, and I love that aspect of it, but yeah, I don't think I could do another year just staying in the same city.
Yeah.
Like, I'd at least want to go travel somewhere as well. Yeah.
Because I was hoping to try and travel even within our own state.
Yeah.
But then even then, people are just scared.
Yeah.
Because I don't know whether it's wise to do that or not.
But you know, when you travel out, right? And that's not probably another thing that I overthink and I freak out about is like, imagine going, like, you're outside and then you cough, but it's just like, you know, you got something stuck in your throat and you just cough, and then everyone's like, you know, when
that actually happened to me at Coles. I was in the aisle, and then I coughed. And this lady wearing a mask, like, legit backed out of the aisle and like went away, and I was like, oh crap.
See, that's what, like, another thing that sort of makes me anxious to go out and see people, because I don't know what everyone's like now. I just know that everyone panics, and from what I can see online and TV and that, everyone's sort of like in that I don't know, they just seem vicious. Yeah. They just seem a lot more vicious these days. So it's like, I don't want to go out there and just have to deal with people like that. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
Because some people can be just straight up rude.
Yeah.
Like, some are just rude.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, I don't really want to go shopping now because we've been actually doing ours online.
Oh, wow.
We get it delivered to our house because, okay, to be honest, we're lazy, but I was going to be like, yeah, we used to do this before. No, yeah, like, we actually did. We did this before COVID even started. So it's just, for us, it's easier. And we just take what we want, and then they deliver it, and then it gets to our house. And I think we need to stop that sometimes, because we still need to interact, like, in everyday life and not hide in our house.
Yeah, well, that's another thing I miss. Like, I want to go to a restaurant without having to feel like, you know, I have to look at, like, you know, be, you know, sort of a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, you know, cough, or my son can't cough or sneeze or whatever without people like, looking.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to go, like, go out to a restaurant, have a good time without having to worry about anyone. And I'm not usually the type to worry about what other people think, but for some reason, like being isolated and then going out into, like the public again, I can't help it. Like, it's like that part of me has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
I've taken Brooklyn to the park, and I've actually noticed that now people stay away from others.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, you know how when you go to a park and then you see another mum with their kid and they start talking to you, you're like, how old's your kid? And you're just like, oh, she's 3. And then you just make conversation. Nah, when I went to the park recently with Brooklyn, we all stayed away from each other. So it was like one family over there, one family over there. And it was a fair distance. Like, it's not like they're really close to us, but it's legit just everyone's really separate.
Damn.
So I think I was a little bit, not sad, just like I was always used to when I go to a park, majority of the time, another mum will start talking to me.
Yeah.
And then we just like, making conversation about our own kids or whereabouts we live in the area. And now there's no, like, we can't do that.
I know. Like those little things that, have changed that makes a big sort of impact. Where it's like, I'm okay with not interacting with people, but like little things like that. It's just,
Are the movies open now?
Yeah.
How many people in a cinema? Because
I don't know. I haven't been, but I know the boys have. But they said it was pretty empty anyway.
Okay.
There wasn't.
Because I really want to go. I haven't been to the movies in ages. Like that's another thing I miss, because I used to have a lot of movie dates with Jordan, and we love the movies.
Yeah.
Like not saying like obviously you have Netflix and Disney Plus and Stan and Prime Video and whatever at home, but it's not the same as that feeling of being in like the movie theater.
Yeah, true. Rob says the same. I'm like, I'm all right watching it. But he misses it. Yeah, pretty bad too. Yeah, but when I think Tenet came out, that's when straight away they went
go see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I think the next one they wanted to see was Candyman.
Who's in that?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I was like, I'll just stay home. You have fun.
We'll just watch it at home.
Yeah. I was like, you have fun. I'll be at home. What are you going to do? My usual nothing. Oh, but I'll tell you what. I have not read as many books in my whole life as I have this year.
Oh, wow. You're awesome.
I'm loving it, but also I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or
no, because you already read books anyway. Like you would tell me about books, and I think the difference with us is I love the actual physical books, but you would always recommend that I start doing it on my phone, like downloading books on my phone and just reading from there. And so you were already a reader before this.
But I haven't, I've actually been buying the physical books.
Oh, I love the books.
Yeah.
I just there's something about a book.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and I don't know what it is about COVID that, in with books, kind of, brings it back to old school days sort of thing. Yeah. But Rob listens to what is it? Audible books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where they actually read it for you.
Yeah.
It's annoying, man.
I don't really, that's like other people find that really good. I don't, because it's I don't know that person.
Yeah.
Why are they reading to me?
Once upon a time. I can't sit there.
You can't take it seriously.
Yeah.
You're just it's so mellow.
But he loves it. He'll walk around with his phone and it's playing and it's just but then it's from what I found, from what he's been saying, the Audible books, sometimes the author gives you more than the actual book.
Oh.
So it's kind of these days they're starting to make it a little bit more like a podcast. So
okay.
They will there's a book that he read, I can't remember, but they talk about they read the book and then they'll have a break when then they actually talk about it.
Okay.
And that's not in the book.
Wow.
So you get extra, you get bonuses as well on top of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. But I still couldn't, because I still can't listen.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I'm more the read.
I haven't been reading, but I've watched a lot of shows and movies and just binge watched a lot of stuff
Yeah.
the last 6 months, especially ones that have like 22 episodes in a season.
Damn.
And yeah, I've been doing that, and just too much time.
What's something that you've done during COVID that you're actually surprised you've never ever done it before?
Oh my God. Something I've done that I would have never done.
Like with me, we were talking about the, podcast. I would never think that I would do it. I would do that. But yeah, have you done anything? Like,
I haven't done anything as well. I've done this podcast, but I feel I like if you hadn't asked me to start this one, I probably would have just been at home like, no. I think that, actually, the only thing I feel like I've done is, because I used to, you know how I used to dress before this?
Okay.
I'm laughing because I used to not really care. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just wear whatever. And like I'd still try and look all right, but I wouldn't be as focused on how I feel and.
Yeah.
Like I'd go and like get my hair done or get my lashes done or like get my nails done. Like I didn't feel like I would ever go back to feeling like that.
Yeah.
I think I felt like, that was before I had like, Jordan and baby, so I didn't really need to bother anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it's honestly, it's been self-love.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of baths.
Oh, you did a bath before COVID?
Hey, no. Oh, shit.
Not really joking. I got what you meant.
Yeah. But anyways, you're just like, so you just stink?
You did it, Bob.
Is that what the masks are for? Shit, what a burn. That was a good burn. I've got no like comeback. I'm just like, and then now you have this look on your face where you're just sitting here like, I do buff, I do. I'm not disgusting.
I got what you meant.
Yeah. Anywho. No, I have to say I have to shower. I was showering, I swear. Anyway,
you take those relaxing baths.
Yeah,
yes,
like the long bubble baths. And my friends are amazing. They know I love candles. So for my birthday, they got me these beautiful candles that I won't let anyone touch. Because my poor sister came over the other night and she asked to have a bath. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, can I have your candles? And I let her have the ones that I don't really care about. But my birthday candles, I just took them back out and put them out. Because I didn't even know. There was a morning I woke up and I could smell my candle. And then I was like, where's that coming from?
Jeez.
And then I ran into, and like I saw Jordan sitting there. It's right next to him and he's just sitting there watching his show. And I'm just like, not that candle. He's like, what do you mean? And then I'm like, can you use the other candle? We've got other candles, please. And he's like, oh, that's so good. And it's got this nice like jar that it sits in that my friends got. It's a beautiful little candle thing that they got. So I'm just like, no.
Well, you can't like refill it.
You can. It's a nice candle, okay? I look really bad now in this episode. Like I don't bath and I'm obsessed with candles.
No, but you know what? It's true though, because before you would only get dressed up for special occasions.
Yeah.
And now, like, you've actually been, regularly getting your hair done.
Yeah.
Like, I've been actually surprised with, like, how well you're dressed during COVID.
That's true. I think it's because I just want to feel good again.
Yeah.
Like self-love is important, guys. I hope people know that self-love is really important. Because I think in our minds as mums, we lose sort of sight of that because we're focused on being mums.
Yeah.
And we're focused on being good partners, that we don't have time.
Yeah.
And but we do. We actually have time.
Yeah, we have time now.
We have time to do everything that we want to do.
Yeah.
So I hope people know that like you can still love yourself and do fun things for yourself, especially during this time.
Yeah.
Like take advantage of this opportunity. I'm not saying get COVID. I'm just saying like there's great opportunities out there for us to start doing things.
Yeah. But I find like, like with you, like I'm so amazed that, you've sort of built like a stronger you during this period.
Oh, thanks,
Like,
cuz.
don't cry.
She said that so like loving, with such right in the feels even. Don't cry. I'm not gonna cry.
No. Like for real, like, you know, you've actually been like, you've come a lot more confident, even though like she seems confident, like on the outside. You like, if you know Mary, you think that she's confident, but like, because I know her so well, she's actually not.
Yeah.
But I'm actually starting to really see it come out, and it's really good. And you know, you've always looked beautiful anyway, but I loved seeing you all done up and everything, because like it shows how much you're actually focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself. So that's good. Because I know in COVID, a lot of us feel like, you know, we're only at home. Like, why do we need to get all dressed up? A lot of us like putting on so much weight and that. We're not really caring anymore because we're not going out and seeing other people. So we're not really prioritizing taking care of ourselves. So, yeah, like that's a really good, you know, I would love to.
Since we're complimenting each other, guys, I think no, I didn't get this out, because I wouldn't have, like, this whole podcast wouldn't have started if you didn't start it. And you guys, no. I'm serious. I wouldn't have even started this if Jules didn't message me asking if I wanted to start it with her, because I'd be like, no. I would have been at home still watching Gilmore Girls. So I'm grateful for that. But it's also brought out a different side of you. Like, I hope you also recognize that as well. Yeah. That was very convincing.
No. I notice like, but it's more, I'm not noticing it or anything, but I'm just more like, I've set challenges for myself this year that, you know, I need to overcome being the way I was before COVID. Yeah. I didn't even know if it's because of COVID, but I did have plans this year to be a totally different person.
Oh, okay.
Originally, and we did originally plan to have a podcast this year as well before COVID. So we started in January. We started buying the stuff, but then and then I think we started recording, and then the next week was COVID, like the whole lockdown and everything, like the stages and that. And we're like, we just started, man. And then, and then after that, I think because also we're working on ourselves as well, like even Rob as well. Yeah. It's a lot more confident, different person now. But we could have just shut the whole thing down and, you know what, we'll start next year when everything's back up and running. But we saw the opportunity, be like, man, everyone's going to be at home. So this is probably the best time to do a podcast, because they can actually listen to it at home. They have more time and all that. So like, so we were just like, every time we make a decision on something, like, oh, we're going to give up on something, we sort of like now, unlike before, we just straight away do it. Yeah. But now we sort of actually think about it first and then do it. So it's like, you've become pretty resilient. Yeah. In this pandemic. So I
think that's what I love the most, I guess, about how everyone's reacted to it. That's one of the positives, is that people have become, like, again, making their own businesses. Yeah. Being resilient, and just not giving up. Because just don't give up, guys. We got this.
How's your relationship been? Has that changed? Like,
it's I think it's only changed in the sense of, because I'm working from home, sometimes Jordan thinks, like, sometimes I will tidy up if I can, but we've been so swamped that sometimes I don't have time. Yeah. Like, I just don't have time to do work and like the housework while during those working hours. And there were times where I think Jordan expected that when he gets home, it's already done, like everything's done. Sometimes it would be if I have time. Yeah. But when it wouldn't be, and he'd be like, well, what did you do? And I'm like, I'm still working. Yeah. But then it just sucked, because we weren't looking at each other's like points of views, because I forget he's working too. Yeah. Just because I'm working at home, I feel bad for him because he has to go out there and work. So I think it's just you still need to communicate. Like, that's the number one thing in a relationship anyway, is to make sure you're communicating that to each other. Because at the time, at the beginning, I was just selfish. I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like working from home. I don't like that you think you can come home and things are done because but then it was because I was cranky and I wasn't used to that sort of environment.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand that because he was looking at it like, girlfriend, you're working from home.
True. Eh?
What the hell do you have to be salty about?
Yeah.
Like, this is a dream come true for most people. Like other people who have to go to work, they have to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and work all day and then catch a train back.
And because his job never changed, eh?
No.
It's been consistent.
It's never, So he still had to keep working and he still had to catch a train to work or catch a bus, or sometimes he would drive, but then, and then a lot of overtime as well. So I forget that he's got a lot on his plate also.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're only starting to now be able to balance it because there was just no balance at the beginning because you're not used to it. You don't know what you're to expect. You don't know what you're doing. And then it wasn't until later on now that we're balancing it. So we even make time to at least go and interact with friends.
Yeah.
Outside of our own, the comfort of your own home. So he'll sometimes go to hang out with his friends and I'll go and have my coffees with my friends, and it helps us as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
How about you?
Yeah. I think at first I would admit it was hard. We clashed a lot.
Was it because you're just sick of each other because you see each other all the time?
It was 24/7 at home because he's not working and I'm working from home. So yeah, it was 24/7 in each other's faces.
Yeah,
it's not he's
you have a
at
break.
Work. Yeah,
okay, yep.
And we don't see each other for a few hours and then we come home.
Yeah.
It was just straight you wake up. The whole day.
That would be hard.
Go to sleep, go see this guy.
That would be a bit hard too because the time away gives you time to miss each other sort of.
Yeah. But this one, we were just I think we got into a point where we were like, man, I'm sick of your face. I'm sick of your face too. Legit. That's what our conversations sometimes were. We're I just want to punch you. Yeah, I want to punch you too.
That's real romance, guys. But but it's true.
Yeah, and then because you're restricted, you can't go out anywhere. Yeah. So it's we couldn't even go out on a date night or anything. Yeah. So it was we weren't doing anything fun. We're in each other's faces, and we're just it was just arguments all the time.
Yeah.
And then afterwards it was we were you know what, we figured we see each other too much, so we kind of space out.
Yeah.
Because right now I'll be working. And we'll see each other in the morning. He'll go drop Brody off, and when he comes home, he'll he'll clean the house and stuff. And I'm working, and then he'll watch his movie, and I'll be in the other room. So we stay away. Yeah. So he'll be watching movies. I'll be in the other room, and even though if I go out for a smoke, and then I'll see him, we're still in the same house. You can't avoid it. But but just making sure that you sometimes give each other that space.
Yeah.
That's what I had to learn. Yeah. Because he was getting to a point where I need space. Yeah. Yeah, you said that before COVID. I was you have no choice now. But then it took me a while to get, to actually sort of accept that space is important to you. Yeah. So it's okay, you watch your movies or whatever. I'll be over here, and then No,
but that's good because you guys found something to avoid those arguments.
Yeah. I mean, it's in all relationships, if you have a problem, you got to find a way to compromise and work around it. But at first we were ready to kill each other. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I was the same. But and that was even with us he's working away from home and I'm working from home, and we were still trying to adapt because I was moody, he was moody, and our poor kid's man, someone adopt me.
It's moody all the time. Yeah.
But I found that she would also pick up on it too because she's confused. She's at home and her dad's out and her mum's home, but it's just a totally different ball game now because she'd either go to daycare or she'd go to her grandparents.
Yeah.
And then I had to switch it all up again, and then we had to find the balance again.
Yeah. I think what's lucky for us is that we have families.
Yeah.
And we have, large families too. Yeah. So we don't lose out on interaction, even though we don't interact with others, but we still have people that we interact with. Yeah. There's some people out there that are on their own.
Yeah.
And then with COVID, it's even more isolated because they're just by themselves.
Yeah.
Like, like I really feel for them. Whereas like I didn't really feel that isolated.
Yeah.
Because we have family.
Yeah.
And then we have podcasting and stuff.
That's true.
But yeah.
Because I know a few people from work, they're finding it rough.
Yeah.
A lot of them have kids, and it's been hard to try and balance work and their kids.
Yeah.
Especially during this pandemic, because if their kid gets sick, some daycares now don't let the kids come to school.
Yeah.
They will tell you if they show any symptoms of like, you know, coughing or sneezing or stuff like that, you can't bring them into the school.
Yeah.
So they have to take time off from work to stay with their kid. Whereas before, I'm not saying like daycares would accept sick kids, but there have been parents who just drop off their kids, and the parents know that their kids are sick.
Oh, yeah.
But they have to go to work. Like in their heads, they have to go to work.
Yeah.
But now it's not acceptable. Like daycares have to turn them away. So I know there are families out there who are doing it rough. So that's I hope they figure it out and they find the balance and they go back to being happy again, because it's not easy on everyone.
Yeah. And then you also have like, you know, people that are unemployed as well.
Yeah.
Don't have a job yet. Like, thank goodness, you know, we do have, you know, a good PM who, you know, gives us like these incentives, Centrelink and all that. So I'm actually grateful myself because, we're kind of like living off that as well.
Okay.
Besides my pay, you know, because Rob hasn't been working.
Yeah.
So that's actually been keeping us afloat.
That's good.
Yeah. But I feel like I know a lot of people that have been out of jobs and are not eligible for those payments. So it's really hard.
I think that's why I need to be more grateful, because at least Jordan and I still have jobs. Because I would whinge all the time. We were like, why can't we go on lockdown? Essential worker. Like I was too like, oh man. But now like when I hear other stories and like, especially the ones doing it rough, like, you know, losing their jobs or like made redundant or just, you know, stuff like that, you're just like, oh shit, I better remember that I should be grateful. So. But
from the people, like, you know, from what I know of people around me, they've actually been all right. At first they took it hard. They couldn't adjust. But now, in September, like a lot of them pretty much have been, are now so used to it that they prefer it.
Yeah.
And, they're also like, you know, you see, in the earlier stages, they were trying to find different areas like Zoom coffees and yeah, they were trying to do things like that because they just couldn't adjust. But then because they're so used to it now that, like, you know, they're like, I see that on their Instagram, they're focusing on themselves now, focusing on their relationships. Some of them engaged, some of them are popping out babies. So,
yeah.
You know, and then businesses or hobbies and stuff like that. So it's like really cool. It's like, it's totally new times.
Yeah.
Like if you compare now to last year, September, bloody hell. Yeah.
I can't remember what I did last year, September. Like, I know next year I'll remember that this year was the year of COVID and that there were a lot of triumphs. Like, we will remember it. Whereas last year, like, can anyone really remember what they did last year this time?
When did the bushfires start?
That was end of Christmas, early this year.
Oh, okay.
Like end of last year,
also
early this year.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't even know.
It's been a rough year, to be honest. Like, very eventful year.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We're alive. We're
healthy and we're happy. Like I can genuinely say I'm not always happy. Like there are going to be days where I have grey days. But I can genuinely say that I'm becoming a lot more happier than I was before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. So, yeah, I can see it too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Except for like...
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack this old man.
Yeah, just mention it was an old man.
Oh. Sorry.
I don't normally behave that way, just FYI.
You know, I don't think it was that clear. You could have just like
what?
Just ignored it. Anyway.
Oh shit! I'm just like
You
exposed
just
myself.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I think we wanted to talk about something different because we're going through it right now.
Yeah.
And so it's just a little bit of a different topic this week. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Oh, I loved it. I love the topic. If anyone out there, is struggling at the moment, you can reach out to us as man. Well. Yeah, we're always on social media pages, on YouTube as well. Yeah, if you want to talk, we're here.
Yeah, we've got heaps of time, as you can see. So you're not alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was cool.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Thanks, cuz.
And awesome job on the intro.
Thank you. Thank you for having my back.
No, so intro next week.
Okay. Ow. You're like, you're fired. You're fired. Oh man.
All right. So we'll end it there.
Yeah.
Everybody have a safe week. Safe. I was gonna say safe pandemic.
And on that note,
look after yourselves during this pandemic, and hopefully it'll end soon. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, props to all of you guys who are like, just positive.
Yeah.
And,
trying to push through, stay strong,
Yeah. And for all those, like, reach out to us if you need some help. Yeah, or if you want to chat.
Yeah.
I don't have money, so I was like, if you need help.
She just said help, and I was more like, what kind of help? You need to specify because we're broke.
Well, yeah, advice, chats, yeah. And yeah, stay safe, everyone. See you in the next episode.